stand for, and they're our #1 food brand. And I've heard through the grapevine, this was on In the Kitchen with Mary, I think it launched, and it rocked on QVC 2. 2,200 ordered. In the Kitchen with David rocked, and we're getting limited. So there's 2 ship dates. One is 11/7, Thanksgiving. The other, which is more popular, which you don't want to wait on, is the Christmas ship date. It's 12/5. 1,700 now remaining. Look at this bad boy. Oh my heavens. It's here and now. It's a lot of meat. It's the Reserve Collection. It's Black Angus, and it is legit. Too legit to quit. 10 to 12 people. Here we go. That is, oh yes, it is lunchtime. It is time to serve Rastelli. Is Ray joining us right now? Here comes Ray Rastelli. Hey Ray.
Hey, Rick,
this is a surprise. I didn't know it was going to be in the show today. Normally it would be in a gourmet holiday. It'd be in a food show, a cooking show. So great that it's here. Why do you think the response has been so overwhelming on our big deal?
I think because the folks that got this last year were just overwhelmed with how incredible this is. And I'm going to explain it to you because it's about the meat, but it's also about the cooking method. I'm going to explain it to you because we make it so simple, because when you make an investment in a prime rib, you want to make sure you get the best prime rib just like this. So let me explain what this is, Rick.
Yeah, please.
This is a prime rib of beef, right? This is on the bone. It's got all the fat cover on it. This is how it ages. So remember, it's reserved. So only 4% of all cattle in the entire United States will qualify for this. But this is what we do. After we age this for 28 to 30 days, I peel all the fat off it, right? The butchers take all the fat off it. We take the bone right off it, because there's no sense in you paying for a 10-pound rib when you're paying for all bone and fat.
Right.
This is what you're getting. I mean, look at how gorgeous that prime rib is. So when you go to a great steakhouse, this is where they start, with a Black Angus aged prime rib from our Reserve Collection. Now, that's where it starts, but you want to make sure that this is perfect, just like the one you cut. I'm going to show you so quickly how to do that and how we've actually made it easy for you to do.
I got to hear about it. After I let people know, there's literally about 1,600 remaining of the December ship date, and then it's gone. By the way, when you say butter comes with it, Ray, this is not a pat of butter that's coming along with this big deal, right? It's the Rastelli signature butter. There's a reason that it's here, that you can see the seasoning and what's in it. Okay, I love it. I love the story. The price goes up at the end of the day today. So this is the last day to get the prime rib. Is that right? Yeah, this is the last day to get the prime rib. It looks amazing. I'm about to take a bite. I'm going to order it right now. Okay, I get it. It's in my home. Now it's time to make it. Ray, go for it.
Okay, so it's so simple. And you see me slicing it here because this one's completely done. And what I want you to notice is how beautiful this is. I mean, look at the moisture in there. But here's where the butter comes in, Rick. You're going to get this prime rib. It's going to come to you, and it's going to be frozen. So what you do is you take that prime rib out of your freezer,
all right,
and you actually get that prime rib after it's thawed, take it out of your refrigerator, and let it sit and get to room temperature. Pat it dry with a paper towel. Then take the butter. Now, here's the butter, right? You've got an entire tub of butter. Now, here's the reason why I give you this much butter, because I want this to come out the exact same way that it would at a great steakhouse. This looks like a birthday cake, doesn't it? But it's not.
It really does. It really does.
Right? It's that prime rib.
I want this thing. Oh,
yes.
my heavens.
So we have buttered this. I want you to butter this, and all the instructions are coming. So I'm going to show you how that works.
Oh, my heavens.
You just take this and butters. Now, while you're buttering this, Rick, you want to just take your oven and get your oven preheated to 475 degrees. That's what makes this work. So now that your oven is preheated to 475 degrees, all you do is you pick up your roast. Okay. You're going to put it in your oven. Now, you're going to notice my oven here, but I'm going to, if this is going in the oven, here's the one that came out of the oven.
How long is that, Ray?
I'm going to tell you, Rick. So here's the key with this, right? So this one came out of the oven. So when this goes in the oven, as I'm doing here, 475 degrees, 30 minutes. Think about it. Only 30 minutes, right? But Rick, see this? This is coming with the prime rib. On this side are all the instructions I just gave you. It tells you exactly how to cook it. It tells you if you want to have dinner at 3 o'clock, it tells you what time to put it in, what time to take it out. But here's the key. After 30 minutes, shut the oven off. Take this and hang it on your oven door. It says, please do not open these doors. For 2 hours, you're going to leave those doors shut.
Really?
Really? 2 hours. So this is the method that makes these prime ribs so incredible. So think about it.
That's amazing. I've never heard that before. So it's $475, 30 minutes.
$475
I'm listening to what you're saying.
For 30 minutes.
2 hours.
$475 for 30 minutes.
And what's happening there?
So what's happening is that heat that's generated after 30 minutes at 475 high heat, it's actually still continuing to heat, but it's in that box, in that oven. That's soaking into that prime rib. So what you're getting is, let me show you what you're getting. Okay, this one just came out of the oven. I'm gonna just cut it in half.
You go for it, because I'm gonna eat. Oh my heavens, it's so good.
Right, and this is the key with this. You know, people make an investment in a prime rib. You want to make sure you get a prime rib that's going to be perfect every time.
Here we go.
Well, we start with a great piece of meat, but let's take a look at what the inside of our prime rib looks like.
That's a Rastelli prime rib. Oh my,
look at how beautiful that is.
Right.
This is something that is going to be so incredibly. Look at the juices coming out of that, Rick. Now that's so simple, and we give you all the instructions. So think about it. The prime rib comes to you already frozen. You just thaw it out. Once you thaw it out, you pat it dry.
Oh my,
take that butter.
Hey Ray,
cover the.
What's on the top? What's on the top of that? The crunch, the meat candy thing.
So
that?
So that piece of meat up on top is called the deckle, right? So that's a very, very tender piece of meat. But what you're getting, that crispiness and that crunchiness, that's from that garlic herb butter. This is not just any butter. And you can see, Rick, it actually melts into that prime rib. So when you slice that prime rib, it goes a very long way, because remember, we've taken all the bones out. We've taken all the fat off of it. You are just going to slice from one end to the other.
It's so good. Look at that. That is irresistible. So it's going to feed 10 people easily?
It's going to eat 8 to 10 people very easily. Remember, this is 5 pounds of all boneless, right? So, and look at the size of these slices. So Black Angus, but think about it. You know, most people are afraid of a prime rib because they think it never comes out the way it does at a great steakhouse. Now it will.
This is it.
And yes, that's the reason why I think it's been so wildly popular in the Mary Show last week, because the people who got it last year, we've heard from them, and they just love the way the prime rib comes out, and it's easy. So it's so simple for you to do at home.
Let me clarify again what's happening here. This is live. What is the crew going to do? They're going to devour this thing when we're done with it. Everybody's got to come down. You got to try this prime rib. This is a big deal. It is. Look at that. All that garlic herb butter is magic over the top of that. The instructions are there. This is like having Ray Rastelli coming to your home for Christmas dinner, and it's catered by Ray Rastelli. Like he's doing it for you. Here's how you do it. Turn on the oven, put it in, turn it off, let it sit there. Bada boom. And then when you take it out, do you let it rest once you take it out, or do you cut and serve right there?
Yes, you always want to let it rest. And what I do, I'm making sure you're getting this card. And this card not only gives you the instructions, but it helps you to identify when you're going to actually cook it. So for example, if you decide you want to have dinner at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for the holiday, you put it in at 12:20. You shut your oven off at 12:50. At 2:50, you take it out of the oven. It rests for 10 minutes, and at 3 o'clock, you're eating. If you want to eat at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, the card's all there for it. I wanted to make it so simple because I want you to have the same experience at home that you have in a great steakhouse when you have a prime rib and you go, oh my goodness, this is the greatest prime rib I've ever had. That's what you're going to have with this prime rib.
It is my job to have the best Christmas dinner I've ever had in July. That's what I'm having right now. I am not faux eating this. And by the way, look at how you can serve, and our food sellers do an amazing job. Do you want to take it to another level and make a prime rib panini, right? This is literally, what you're getting in the ribeye is a prime rib. What you're getting in a prime rib is the best ribeye you've ever had in your life. Exact specifications. It's the best in its class. Top couple percent of all are coming from the Reserve collection. And the butter, the garlic butter, everything you need. Like, you don't need anything else. There's no need to go on a YouTube video, no need to worry about it. You think about Christmas dinner, or even obviously there's just a few remaining for the Christmas shipment. So is this supposed to, I'm sure this is supposed to be on Tonight and In the Kitchen with David.
It may last.
I don't know if it's going to make
not.
it, because it's here now, especially in that Christmas dinner. But here we got stress, right? It's a great time of year. The in-laws are in. What are we doing? And it's prime rib. And it can be intimidating, Ray, right? It can cause stress. You don't want that.
That's exactly right, Rick. And around the holidays, it's stressful enough, right? Whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's, I want to take the stress out of it for you. So giving you the prime rib completely boneless, giving you the butter to put on top, and of course the entire instructions and recipe. And don't forget that do not open for your oven. There's a reason why I put that in there, because
look
your
at the
house,
juices on that.
Wow. Your house, isn't that amazing?
That's
your house
hot.
is going to smell like the most incredible place you've ever, and everybody's going to want to open the oven. They're going to say, what is in the oven? That's why keep this on your oven. It says, do not open oven. There's a reason, because for 2 hours, this is actually cooking very, very slowly.
I love that.
The way it would in a restaurant. So the only challenge you're going to have is people opening your oven. Keep that on there. You won't have to worry about that.
He gives a sign. He literally gives a sign that says, do not open the oven. That's going the extra mile. That's Ray. And that's Ray Rastelli, our #1 food brand. This is physically what you're going to be getting. 8 to 10 people done. 8 to 10 people with great slices, by the way. Like beef, like really beef lovers slices, prime rib lovers slices. There's the butter. It's done to perfection. Again, in the last minute and a half, I love the instructions. I love the butter. The quality of the prime rib, if you would. Black Angus Reserve. What does that mean to me, Ray?
We start with the very best, Rick. When we start with the very best cattle, we start with the very best prime rib. We're aging that for minimally 28 days on the bone, covered in the overall fat. We then take the fat off the outside. We take the bone off of the bottom. So you're eating just prime rib. But then when you take that garlic herb, look at that juices. And look at the spices that are actually in that rib.
Love
when you
it.
take that garlic herb butter and you cover it like I did, every side and the top, you put it in the oven
Yummy.
at 475 for 30 minutes. And people don't believe me when I tell you, just read the instructions. 30 minutes, keep your oven shut for 2 hours. You're gonna open that oven up and wait 10 minutes, and you're gonna absolutely love what you're serving for dinner.
Can we stretch this presentation a little bit? Can we just stretch it for, I don't know, another hour and a half? I promise I'll bring some up to you. Hey, Ray,
Great
2
lunch.
ship dates. Last chance if you want it for the December ship date. May not make tonight. So, Ray, great to have you here. 1,400 for Christmas 2022. And that's going to do it, right? If it sells out, not going to be able to get more, because this is ready for you. Ray, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Rick. Good seeing you.
M86936. Okay, this is a rock star. More rock stars coming up. And Hot Deals, name of the show. We have today's special value still to come. And now, here we go. How about this? Today, boom, boom, only boom, baby, price. Boom, baby. Today's special